Hello, my name is Jonathan Mee, and in this video series, I'll be talking about CNC routers, and more specifically, this series is designed to train team members of 3647, but the information here can also be applied to a lot of other people who also have CNC routers. So to introduce myself, I am the head of design and build of FRC Team 3647, and I have been for the 2017, 2018, and 2019 season, and I was also head of electrical in the 2016 season. Now to start off, what is a CNC router? A CNC router is a computer numerically controlled router, and a router is this power tool right here. And it's essentially like if you were to take a drill press spindle and just mount it on a moving axis. And so you can put a drill or a end mill in here, and this allows you to cut stuff out. And the CNC part of it is each of these axes, the Z-axis, the X-axis, and the Y-axis are all controlled by motors, which you can control and write code for, which is covered in a different series. But this allows us to machine things that we typically would not be able to machine, and also improves our machining capabilities and the amount of time spent machining. And so these right here, these are some sample parts that we made on our CNC router. These were all for our 2018 competition robot. So as you see, we can cut pretty thick sheet metal. This is 1/4 inch right here. Most of the stuff we do is 1/8 inch, like these gussets. We can also cut rectangular tube on here, as well as polycarb. So we also had a lot of polycarbonate parts on our robot. This is 1/8 inch thick polycarbonate, and this right here is 3/16 thick polycarbonate. Now the two methods that we cut parts on the CNC, the first one, the one that we mostly use is for cutting sheet metal. So this right here, this is a remnant from cutting out 2 gearbox plates and some gussets. And the way we do it is we have a MDF board. This is a type of wood, and it's a sacrificial board which we mount to the CNC table, and it allows us to cut all the way through materials and mount materials straight onto the CNC so that we can cut them out. Had we not used the sacrificial board, we would have to mount things straight on the aluminum table that comes with the CNC router, and you risk cutting through. It makes mounting harder, and you risk cutting through the CNC table. And now the other method we use is with our vise setup. So we were inspired by Team 1678 to use our there's their vise setup. They also have the same CNC router that we have. And the vise setup, it allows us to cut tube. So these are each indicated to the axes, to the CNC router, which makes it easy since to switch between tubes, we only have to zero it once. And we just put the tube in here and clamp it down. And so CNC router, some of the benefits are that you can have prototypes incredibly quick and machine things you can't. So before this season, we got our Velox VR5050 right before the 2018 season in December. And before that, all we had was very basic machinery, including these couple drill presses, a really old mill. We have a little machine shop mill and little machine shop lathe, and some bandsaws. And we weren't able to make very complex robots. Our 2017 robot was incredibly small and simple, but our 2018 robot, due to the inclusion of the CNC router, we were able to create much more complex robots. And that'll be all for this part of the series. And in part 2, we'll be talking about how to actually operate the CNC, including Mach 3 and zeroing it and changing tools. Thank you.